Welcome to Intermediate Blending, a follow-up series to Beginning to Blend. I'm JoRaSe, your host for this series, just like the last. Now, let's delve in and begin. Hello everyone, and welcome to another session of Intermediate Blending with me, JoRaSe. This time, if you've taken a look at the reference file, you'll notice it's not an image, it is a .obj file. That is a model file. And we're going to be doing it a little bit different this time. I've already gone ahead and made the model so we can focus on the actual animation, because that's what we're working with today. The video for how I made the model, I'll be putting that up sometime later on this week. All right, now to get started here, let's load up the file. After, of course, we turn on screencast keys. And we can go ahead and delete the default cube. File, we want to import our OBJ. There we are. Now, let's go ahead and get some groundwork set up. We're going to want the cat to be moved along a path. So we can go ahead and deselect the cat with the A button. And let's go ahead and create a path. It's right here on the Create tab. Under Curve, we've got Bezier, Circle, NURBS, Curve, NURBS, Circle, and Path. And we just want a path. Now we want it scaled up by a factor of about 10. A bit much. Let me scale that down a bit. So we want it here. Basically the width of the grid. So now that we have it set up like that, let us tab in on the curve proper. And we want it, let's tab back out and rotate it on the z-axis 180 degrees. Because we want it moving from right to left, or at least I do. And I'm the one in charge here, so. All right, select the first little point, and we're going to pull this out like so. Gonna leave that one right where it is. Grab the next one and pull it out as well. Try to make it equal on both sides here. So we'll do something like that. And now we're done with our path. So we can go and focus in on the cat. Before we do, let's switch this from 250 frames to 100. So we're not stuck here animating all day. Hit the tab key to tab in on the cat model. Everything is marked sharp for some reason. That was not my intent. So to undo that, we want to hit the Control and E keys on the keyboard and come down where it says Clear Sharp and just click on Clear Sharp. And you can see that fixes the cat up. No more sharp edges. Now back into the cat. And over here on the left, we need the animation tab. It's not there, so what we have to do is go to File, User Preferences, Add-ons, Animation, and we want to select Anim All. So just put a check mark by that one. And now when we go back, we see we have an animation tab. And we want to be working with points. Now, let's first grab one of the front legs of our cat model in wireframe view. Makes it easier. And I'm going to start with the left front leg. And we're just going to, using the G key to lift it up and forward. Bring it up like so. Deselect that first one. Rotate the next one. Then we're going to do the same with the one below that. And try to get it where it looks decent, like so. Now we need to do the same with the opposite leg on the back. So that's going to be this one. Get the vertices all selected. And now since we're working with a quadruped, we have to be careful that we're doing this the right way. So this part shifts forward. And flexes like so. And we may need to adjust it a little bit. There we go. Now let me tab back out because we now want to make a duplicate of our cat model using Shift and D keys. And this is only to help us get things placed. And you'll see what I mean when we get back into the model here. So just shift it onto the back side of the model we have. So the one we're working with is in front. And what we want to do, get everything lined back up, is tab back into our original model and go ahead and set this as a keyframe. Now we want to switch it out. We want to get these currently positioned vertices lined back up with the other ones. So let's do that. And you'll notice when we start that we have a mirror image or a duplicate image of where the vertices need to be moved. That's why I wanted to make that duplicate. Because if you're trying to keep things in line, it is very hard when doing it with this method. And any little help that you can give yourself, the better. So now we've got the front leg bent, back the way it should be. Let's get the back leg. Oh, and forgetting we need to... That was my mistake. Let's correct that so that it is set for the first frame. Whenever you're doing point animations, the other problem is you can't just expect to have it work the way you would like it to easily. Immediately after setting a keyframe, you have to move it forward. You have to advance the animation timer to the next point before you start moving things around. So now that we have things back, we can begin moving again. So we'll just go ahead and do that. And if you're hearing a little bit of rain in the background, it's because Harvey, the storm, is still doing its thing. But thankfully not nearly as bad as it has been. Wonderfully, the area where I'm at, like I told you all in the update video the other day, while it is bordered by areas that are seeing quite a bit of bad weather and bad flooding, where I'm at just happens to not have that problem. I am very thankful of that. Now I'll grab the other back leg and let's get it moved into position. So I think something like that. Something along that line, and now like that. And this needs to rotate. Like so. So there, now we have our next animation frame. So we can select everything and insert. And now we want to go to frame 40. And this will be the final frame. So we'll change this down from 100 to 80. And let's see it play out. So there we have our walking cat. Let's give it a little head. I was going to say head nod, but let's not, because if we do that, we're going to have to go back and reanimate everything. So what we'll do, and the reason I say that is because we just don't really need that kind of additional problem. With point animations, it's usually a one-shot setup. You have one time to get it set the way you want it, and then if it's not, you got to go back and redo everything. So let's just assign it the follow path relationship constraint, and we want it to target the NURBS path we put in earlier. That'll set it on the path going backwards. So we want it going on the inverse y, or negative y. And we want it to follow the curve. And let's go to the first frame. I think we also need to hit that, maybe. Had the wrong axis. Okay, so let's play it and see how it looks. Oh, there we go. Could be a bit slower, but it looks like a cat walking on a path. Just get rid of this other one. That's all for this session of Polygonal Art with JoRaSe. If you enjoyed what you saw, how about giving this video a thumbs up? And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos from me. In the video description below, you'll find my Patreon link. Feel free to check it out. Now, on to the credits.